Yeah, hello and welcome to our Banter Blitz show. I hope everything is working fine, technically speaking. I started like 2 or 3 minutes earlier, at least technically, with the starting screen, just to make sure that it feels like a perfect streaming. It does for those 3 minutes, so I'm kind of optimistic that it stays like that. Okay, also like to welcome feedback on the picture. I got a new webcam. I think this improves the picture quality slightly. Yeah, let's get going. Let's go for some challenges. Okay, I cannot accept because I first have to abort the game against Claudia. Done that. So, what do we have? A couple of guys here. I'm going to start from the bottom. Okay, first game against BWG. I'm going with C4, testing out my coming up English repertoire on Chess24, which should be released any day. I know I'm repeating myself with this information, but there's just some little things that I think Chess24 has to do, and then it's ready to be released. So, yeah, a ready opening we got. And yeah, I'm happy about this. This is a line that I have played quite a lot over the years. White has got some chances here in the center. Queen c8 was a bit surprising. Don't see that kind of defense all that often. Okay, I'll go h3. No, we can do it knight c5. Okay. Let's support e4 then. h3. Yeah, okay. I go back now. h3 didn't work out that well. Yeah, no, I cannot play h3, unfortunately. That's a bit of a shame. But knight d4 is possible. That's interesting. Knight f5 is something that I would like to play, but he can take and knight d4 is possible. I don't want to trade here, to be honest. Let's go back. I have more space in the center, so I don't want to trade. a5, maybe. This one. Okay. So, what are you doing? Are you giving me the bishops? Oh. That's something you shouldn't do. I feel very happy now. getting the bishop pair without a clear compensation for it. However, bishop h3 will probably be coming. Okay, knight to b5, or what is the deal? Let's just develop. Okay, h3, there's knight b5. I have to be a little bit concerned about the time. Okay, I'll get out of this potential knight b5 with a tempo. Hey, it's 3-minute chess. This is not to be underestimated. Knight on b3, yeah? It's not a good piece. But on d6, it looks a lot better. So let's go for this. Hello, I'm the knight. Yeah, okay, that was the exchange. But I've got 40 seconds, and this is a bit of an issue. I can actually take this. Okay. E5? No, not yet. But I can prepare it. 18 seconds. What's my time doing here? Really? Time is ticking down like crazy. Threatening rook d8 here. Yeah, okay, you will win this on time. Yeah, it's very tough to play quickly. Yeah. Yeah, it was 3 minutes, and that was the reason for that loss here. Okay, anyway, I think it was a pretty decent demonstration what chances white has in the structure. Okay, so next game, playing Krumnik student. I absolutely should pay more attention about the time control, because if that game was a 5-minute game, the one earlier, this is just a very easy win. Okay, anyway, let's see what Krumnik student is coming up here. Yeah, hello to guys in the chat. Night Fight, Gifted Ape, Jonas 95 or Jonas 95. Never know, could be Jonas, not necessarily a German name. Okay, so here we have a ready opening. Okay, so I was thinking maybe b5 is what black is up to. Okay, I'm trying to grab more space here in the center. Here's e5 here, which is very decent actually. And I probably should have considered that beforehand, but okay. Yeah, here black, he has given me the e4 square, which is nice. And there is some pressure on e5. I will see. Yeah, that was a good idea. Okay, I'm going to go for that trade. This knight is now attacked. Whoa. Why is that working? I guess it isn't. So, what to do now? My bishops currently control the d-file quite well. I wonder if g4, g5 is an option. Cannot do much at the moment. So maybe g4, g5. Okay, he has rook to d1. Hmm. Yeah, g4. Don't like it all that much now that I have a clearer picture of everything. I'm not going to checkmate him with h4, g5. That's not going to happen. Yeah, it's tough to crack. I wonder if the rook trade is helping me here. One thing that I can try is to go before c5 here in this position. If he plays c5 himself, I will get bishop e4 to d5. Ambitious pawn asks, how are you? That's nice. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Still suffering a little bit from the temperatures. It's not as hot anymore as it was a couple of days ago in Germany, but still, why is he giving me this tempo? Still fairly tough to stand. Okay, so that's nice in general. He has potentially b5. That's something that I have to try to prevent. I'm not sure that this helps much. If I go rook d5, first of all, is a threat. So let's do this. Rook d4, I have queen d4, I have rook d1. That looks like it helps me. Queen d4, I have a couple of good options. Bishop h6, bishop a5 is probably the best. Yeah, that should be good, I think. No, the English sound is off, like in a chamber. What? I didn't change anything with the sound at all. I mean, absolutely nothing. That would be very strange. Didn't change anything there. The English series is a repertoire for white. Yes, it's not one of those, not a general overview. It is a full repertoire to play the opening with the white pieces. Okay, so to play over here. I didn't change anything with the sound at all. I mean, like nothing. Okay, rook f8. How to do this? I don't want to give him any counterplay. If I get queen d6 in, it would be helpful. Trade queens. Okay, Kramnik student resigned. Yeah, he probably got into trouble after taking on f2. There's some echo in my sound. Yeah, fantastic. Well, as I said, I never changed anything at all in the setup. And yeah, how is the live stream producer taking the sound? We can check this quickly. Default input device looks very okay. I don't see why there should be echo. I have no idea. Okay, so I have to continue to play and see what happens. Phenomen is the next opponent. My connection is not spotty now. It's I have perfect streaming. So Phenomen is the opponent, and he's not yet playing. Yeah, there's some chat issues, and chat is somewhat delayed. Sound is very bad. Yeah, cannot change much. It all seems fine on my end. I really don't see what to do. I had tons of Skype calls today. They were all great. So can I do something here? I don't really think I can do anything here. Okay, I changed something here. I don't know if it helps. So, okay, d4 Phenomen, I have to reply. So I'm going for a Banco gambit, which is declined. Okay. Takes on c6. Okay, this is usually helpful. Yeah, strengthening black center. Let's see. It seems like he wants to develop with e3. Yeah, I don't really know why the sound should be an issue. I never changed anything. Actually, now I've come to believe that all this software for streaming is just terribly bad. Yeah, there is no. I mean, okay, you hear an echo, but there's no echo happening here. It must be a software issue. I didn't change anything at all. Okay, so b3. Yeah, this is very sound play. I think I'll probably go for some a5. Queen back and then some a5. Knight d7, c5. I try to exchange a pawn against b pawn. Let's go back. Ever wonder if I can do something about the sound, but my microphone is okay. Haven't changed anything there at all. It is insulated from the desk. I really don't see what else I could do. And I had, I said, more than one Skype call earlier where nothing was happening. So I think it's just, again, a server issue from livestream.com or something. Okay, so A5. I'm going to try to trade this, but as long as the knight is on C3, this will be difficult. Knight D7, C5 is something that I will probably try to go for. Yeah, well played here by Phenomen. Yeah, if I go knight b6 now, he has c5 stuff. I should probably leave the diagonal here. Knight b6 and then a4 is the idea. Yeah, the pawn structure is a little bit more convenient for me, as I have a light squared bishop and most of this here is on dark squares. So I'm going for a4. The only thing is this will trade quite a bit. Yeah, there's this question again about my English series. It is a repertoire series for white. I'm not sure if the question is just the same as was before. There's a chat misstep. So it's a full repertoire series for the white player. Riza is asking how to solve overlook problem. I think probably it's about blunders. Yeah, this is of course a very important thing. A couple of things. You can always try to improve your ability to calculate variations by doing solving tactical puzzles. This is very helpful and just keeps you in shape. Tactic trainers are excellent for that nowadays on websites. Yeah, like here on Chess24, you can use the tactics trainer. But one thing is very important to understand with those blunders. They are not coming out of the blue. They are due to things that are not quite right in your position. Typically, unprotected pawns, unprotected pieces. You usually lose material that was not perfectly protected in the first place. So try to play in a way that your pieces harmonize, that they work together very well. If you have all your pieces covered, it's not that often happening that you will blunder one of them. Yeah, protected pieces are just very very less likely to drop. There was this famous saying by Grandmaster Dr. John Nunn, or saying, expression is the right word, loose pieces drop off. And this is really what it is. If you have pieces that are loose, you will quite often, I've overlooked that move, you will often, oh, let me take this. You will often lose those loose pieces simply because they, yeah, they have no protection and makes them more difficult to keep together in a way. He wants to go to h7. I cannot prevent it really. Okay, so how to do this? If I go king f6, take it as h7. It's a bit annoying. I can do this though, I think. Okay, yeah, a good game by Phenomen. He defended this slightly worse position very precisely. It's still interesting to see. This kind of structure often favors black because you have a clear idea. The A pawn traded against the B pawn and then play against the B pawn. So it's often deceptively boring, this position, but black has ideas sometimes, while white has problems finding something. Okay, Crescendium is the next opponent. Knight fight says sound is okay. Okay, I had to read a long question. Yeah, there was a question about a game that I played in a recent open tournament where I did not play the Bogo Indian, even though I have it featured in my book. I wanted to vary a little bit in that game. I lost that game ultimately. I wanted to vary a little bit because I've played the Bogo Indian really a lot, and I feel like I should get some different kind of positions now and then. So it was not about the quality of the Bogo Indian or about the opponent much or something. It was just that I felt that I wanted something else. It didn't work out. My opponent played very well in that game, at far stronger than his rating suggests. So I'm not happy with losing this game, of course, but I think there are days, there are games when opponent plays well. You you simply have to accept that there are those games where the other guy just has a very good day and does a good job. Yeah, you know, I always hate that. Sound is bad but understandable. Yeah? Sitting there on a microphone, that's so bloody expensive, and then something doesn't work. I don't know what it is. I still think it's a server issue because, well, I didn't change anything at all here. I will check it a little bit after the show. I cannot, during the show, try all kinds of stuff. Yeah, okay, my rook. Yeah, so some unpaid product placement. So knight f4 or not. Yeah, this is mostly one of those moves. It's I don't know if it actually threatens something. But okay, it looks threatening at least. Okay, so he retreated with this one. Yeah, the bishop here, I'm not sure what it is doing actually. I can check here, but it doesn't lead to much. Well, I think I'm just going back. It's a very irritating position here for both sides. I cannot castle long anymore. This is kind of important to keep in mind. Otherwise, this would be a very serious option, castling long. Yeah, I'm playing 3 minutes and 5 minutes. I prefer 5 because you with 5 minutes you have better opportunities to explain things. 3 minutes is very hectic, and but if you absolutely want to play 3 minutes, I'm taking those, of course. Yeah, knight d4 is my plan, which is duly prevented. D4 maybe. Yeah, my king is kind of bishop. That's an interesting idea. Bishop a3, but he's still probably. I'll try it. Can try d4 maybe. Sound is better now. Yeah, but didn't do anything. It's all about the server, I guess. So take here, knight to d4. Boo. Okay, I can take b3. Yes. Okay, so I'm 1 pawn up. Hooray. So take it or not. Yeah, I can also play something like c5, would be interesting. I think I'll go for that. Both captures make some sense. Yeah, okay, he can get h6, but I will get the b pawn, and the d pawn will be dangerous. d3, king f3. It's not winning. It's not winning yet. Okay, so d3, d2 doesn't help that much. Can go with the king over to c7, but again, it doesn't do all that much. But if I do this and b2 actually, yeah, it doesn't really matter. If he takes f7, I mean, it shouldn't matter. Now he has a hard time to move his king. He's checking. Yeah, d3 now. Yeah, I don't think there are repetitions in the chat that much. It's just that the chat engine has some issues. Okay, Crescendium resigns. Yeah, it was a well-played game, I think, until you gave me that pawn on b3. Yeah, and then it was a pretty pretty bad ending all of a sudden. Okay, so going to go against Bonali. Yeah, release time of my video series very soonish. I understood that the Chess24 staff only has to do very minor fixes. Something about descriptions and so on. So it's technically everything's fine. Just a little bit of making it look nice, let's say. Okay, I've got a d3 Rui and opening that black should take seriously, and I have to say that I never really did. And this shows often if I play against someone who knows stuff. Yeah, I'm getting into issues sometimes. Let's see what Bonali is coming up with. Yeah, I gain lots of space here on the queen side. Very interesting pawn sack. Gain lots of space on the queen side, but my knight is kind of out of the game. So okay, taking this back. And now maybe d4, but still he is a pawn down. I have a hard time to believe in a full compensation here. Yeah, sorry for the drinking during the show. I know it's not the best etiquette ever, but it's so bloody hot. If I don't drink something, I might keel over at the end. Yeah, I was surprised that he took on e5. I think this helps my cause quite substantially. Even bishop c5 is possible to activate this. Yeah, maybe. But I can also just centralize. Yeah, the rook has a good role maybe on the a file as well, but why not just completely centralize everything here? So bishop up to this square. I don't think he wants to take b5 now, killing his pawn structure. So okay, and this proved to be the case. I can take and knight d4 stuff. Bishop c5 is also, but then maybe then he can actually really take on b5. Okay, I'm grabbing this. Let's keep it simple, chess, but maybe it's a tad too simple to really have an advantage. Might be knight h6 is very annoying. That's not nice. Knight h6. Okay, I'm giving up the exchange and see. He can still check me on h6, but now at least I can go to g8 without being killed. Without being killed. I think he should just take the rook. I don't have enough compensation there objectively. Wow. Okay. Not attacking the knight just yet, but I will at some point. Knight h5 is also on the cards. Knight h5, queen g5, or queen g4. If I go, let's go here. Make the knight move. Okay, something. f2. Can I somehow put something on f2 here? I'll get out of this. That looseness of the knight on f6, that is irritating me quite a bit. So I'm getting out of that. Okay, here I can go b3 for bishop b4. Bishop c4 takes. It's not that. I mean, he cannot go rook e1 anyway. Let's see. Okay. I don't have a very clear idea here what to do. b3 is part of it. And now I can do that, absolutely. Yeah, okay, let's get something back here. Maybe this is a wrong idea. Not sure. But it seems that I'm keeping the pawn for the moment. With the queen is actually better, yeah. Pawn takes rook b2, I'm losing the pawn immediately. And now his knight has no squares. Cannot trap it, but I can get the rook going. Wow, it was tough. It was tough. Very tough game. Bonali defended this very well. And well defended. I mean, I was in trouble, clearly. Okay, so next game against Shadow Mate. Shadow Mate. Netros, very nice. When will you become a GM? Nah. I'm not really working on my chess. That means it's very unlikely. I invest all the time for teaching at the moment or producing content, like here for Chess24. So, yeah, you would have to train. At least I would need to train a lot to get them. Okay, Shadow Mate is not playing, and now he is. No, okay. I'm going to stop that and now go against the Duke Crusher. How hot it's over there? I think I have roughly 30 degrees in the office. It heats up simply, and it's also, I think, the heat from the computer and monitor and so on. Yeah, Coke Zero is unhealthy. You're totally right. I don't drink it all that often, but it's actually I want at least some caffeine, and I really don't drink hot beverages when it's hot outside. So no coffee. Okay, so here Duke Crusher. We have a position here from the English opening. It's often called the Karpov system with bishop c5. Okay, let's see how he reacts to that. h6 would be good, but other moves, okay. Okay, I mean, actually here I can also take. Doesn't do much though. So I have a space advantage here, something that I always like to have. Yeah, d6. How do I do this? f4, g4, and so on, maybe? I will try to prepare it. Oh, to d3. Yeah, but knight d3 here, it looks shaky. He's got c5, okay. Yeah, now I'm threatening to take f5 and then the knight, so he probably has to remove the knight, which is not all that great for the f5 piece here. So what's the deal? Yeah, he's got knight to e4 though, definitely. I wonder if I can take and play queen d3, if this is something. And then just push for g4. It's probably not all that great. Yeah, remarkable. Yeah, now knight e4, and black is not in that bad shape. Yeah, that's not that bad. Very strange. Queen takes rook e1 is a bit... what? Is a bit risky, is what I wanted to say. And it is risky. Yeah, he trapped his queen here. He had to take with the pawn, and then like f5. I mean, probably it should be better for white, but it's not all that much of a problem. Yeah, he continues. Queen against rook. Especially with that many pawns, isn't very challenging. Just going for direct mate. It's also queen d8 mate. Queen d8 was also made. Yeah, that was a nicer one. Yeah, Duke Crusher. That was a weird game. Yeah, it looked like it's good for white, and then you defend it well, and then somehow the queen got lost. Okay, next game is against Marcel Kirchler. And I have to do all those advertising. It's not out yet, but check out the series. I think you'll like it. At least I think you'll like it if you are interested in the English opening in the first place. Okay, d6. It's not exactly very aggressive. So knight to d5, prevent him from playing. Whoa. At blunders b7. Yeah, what to take? Maybe this one. Yeah, it's not all that easy. It's not all that easy. Yeah, I'm trying to return the exchange, but he's not taking it. I almost feel inclined now to save the exchange, but it's really not a big deal. If he takes the rook there, it will be just making my king all much safer. Yeah, I know. The chat by Marcel Kirchler, he did not type everything twice. Yeah, currently the chat is not working all that well. Okay, here I'm trying to get the d5 square. Okay, grabbing this. Do you see a white picture? Okay, now it's better. It's sometimes strange. Shadowmate couldn't move because colors were reversed. Did I do again one of those why didn't he move thing and it was my move? I did this once. Yeah, okay. Here I fought for the d5 square to be occupied by a knight. And this is what I got. And he still refuses to take. Yeah, queen h5 would clarify this situation. But I have other useful moves. Rook to a6, things like that. Okay, so here if he takes. Yeah, that's true. Koval says queen is rarely trapped on e4. There are those queen traps in the middle of the board are often difficult to anticipate because it's just such an uncommon occurrence. Yeah, threatening rook c7 now. Bishop takes c7, knight e7, winning the queen. Okay, so anything great that I can do here? Probably not. Let's go here. Yeah, but I can take it. Huh? Check. Yeah, well, there are a couple of checks. Queen here, king g2, bishop h3 check. Let's get out of that. Okay, and now I can take b8. Any chance of a white trump? Yeah, I can go d4 and play a trump. I don't really know it all that well. So don't... oops. Don't think that you learn all that much from me. Okay, good game by Marcel Kirchler, but he got into an opening issue there. The b7 pawn got lost. But oops, and after that it's very difficult to still get some decent game out of it. Okay, so let's see. I want to play a couple of guys I've never played before. Volnart. Is that right? No, Valinart. I'm sorry about that. I got many whites. Do you challenge me with the black pieces all the time? I don't mind to show a little bit of that repertoire, but still. Okay, Valinart. Move. We all want you to move. Doesn't seem like... Oh, now he does. Yeah, in my repertoire series, there's an fianchetto in basically all lines. Only exception is, I think, c4, b6, or maybe in some very obscure line where g3 is just a bit too meek. But other than that, I like to fianchetto. Knight c6. Okay, against setups like that, I'm playing rook b1 stuff in my series. Here, concretely, I also believe that e4 is a good line. Okay. Yeah, so very standard kind of setup. White has an extremely nice bishop on g2, but black's pieces are also quite healthy. Maybe he's out for bishop f5. Then I would have to play e4. It's not the end of the world. I still have a good central control, but looks like a good defense by Valinart. b6. I usually prefer 5-minute because it gives more opportunity for commentary. But if you, as I said earlier, absolutely feel like 3-minute is the only way to go, I'm also taking those challenges. Nah, I'm basically forcing him to... I can take c7. He's got bishop h6. That's pretty awful. I mean, not objectively, maybe I have f4, but I didn't want this kind of mess happening in my position. I had excellent control, and now I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's not that bad, but I prefer a little bit more organization in my position in Blitz games. Rook a3 is irritating for 2 or 3 moves now, but he's never playing it. Here the screen was white for a second. Okay, I think now I'm taking the queen. The screen sometimes goes wide, but yeah, Valinat resigned. He took his queen, he takes my queen, but I have knight e7 to c8, winning a rook. A good game by Valinat. How much is my English series influenced by various repertoires? I know most of the books that you mentioned, but I just looked at my own things and compiled stuff from there. I didn't really look at other books that much. I actually don't know the Karlstadt book. I think it's supposed to be quite good, but I don't have it. And I roughly know what, let's say, Marine suggests in his repertoire. I have the books here on my shelf, but I just analyze myself. Usually you don't get much different results anyway. I mean, in earlier things, yeah, I've once compiled a series on the Slav defense, and during that time when I was working on the series, there was a book released by Avrukh, the classical Slav, and Avrukh's analysis for a line that I looked at, and mine was completely identical, move by move, every single move, because we both know how to switch on a computer. So you don't really benefit all that much if you write yourself and going to analyze yourself. I don't think you benefit all that much from looking at other sources. This is certainly something that was all the rage in the 1980s or whatever, when we didn't have analysis engines, but nowadays we all are equal, let's say, in a way that we have the same instruments to use, and it doesn't really lead to much of a difference if you look at a book or if you analyze yourself. Of course, they might have used a better computer, or in some cases the expertise of the grandmaster is helpful, but at the end it's not much of a huge difference. Okay, I don't want to take there. Let's do this. Night fight. Yeah, I could play you a night fight, sure, if we never played before, but there's a big list, yeah, and it's difficult to determine who to play first. Okay, let's see what B. Vidal is going to do. Yeah, I can grab on d4, but this will give him some initiative. But it's a big center pawn. Big center pawn I tend to take. I'm very conservative with small material, let's say, grabbing A pawns and B pawns and so on, but a center pawn I'm willing to suffer for a little bit. He has some compensation here. I don't think it's enough, but it's not to be sniffed at. Knight f4. And time-wise, yeah, he was clever, challenging me to 3 minutes. Definitely increases the chances of winning. Yeah, knight f4. I don't know if that really does much. Let's just stabilize this. The bishop is only protected by the knight, so if he moves the knight, and not anymore. Okay, the queen is covering stuff now. Yeah, I just want to have all my pieces in the game. Rook d8 is normal. Oh no, then rook e5. Where do I go? Yeah, it's still rook e5. I didn't really know. It doesn't go for it. What about this? Is he forced to take on d5 now? No. If he moves the bishop, I have discoveries. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Vidal resigns. The Evans Gambit is dangerous. I think, however, you have to here, you have to go after d6. I think you have to take the pawn. There's no huge alternative there to get the pawn back. Queen a4 check, or queen a4 check and then take the pawn. Something like that. That gives an equal game. The way it happened, I was just a pawn up, I would assume. Knight fight says we never played. Is that true? That's true. Okay. Let's go play the knight fight. So I should put some knights out. Okay, maybe I can play the tango. Well, not really. Vienna game. Yeah, g3. I should really learn d5. I think it's the best line, but I never bothered to learn that, so I'm playing this here now mostly by ear. Knight f3. I expect, or knight e2. Knight e2. Okay, maybe this is active development. I can always choose between bishop to d6 or bishop to c5, and I'm not all that convinced what is right. Tempo. Maybe I can get in bishop to h3. Oh wait, actually I can maybe play bishop d5 as well. If he doesn't play c4, which however seems very likely. Oh, okay. I'm taking that. You cannot even go f3 now due to the pin. So the bishops will get traded, and this is excellent news for me. His bishop on g2 is really a strong piece. Yeah, screen keeps freezing and probably refresh. My streaming software gives me an indication how good the streaming is, and it gives perfect for the whole stream up to this point. So it feels more likely to be a local problem, even though it's very tough to say. With e4, I provoked that d4 move so that I can go to c4 now. Just a beautiful square for the knight. It doesn't do that much on its own, but it's just so nicely placed. Okay, my idea is c6, bishop c7. Bishop c1. Sorry, queen to c1. Okay, there. There is c5. I mean, if I take, yes, to take with the king. A g6 is also good, yeah. Queen c5. Yes, I did a series on the Slav once. It was yeah, it was for black, and produced for the Internet Chess Club. But it's years ago. It was German language, and it was never totally completed. The Slav part actually was completed. Some other things not. But I think this is not available anymore. Okay, so b6 here. I want you to take now on d5, because this is such a nice looking ending. Yeah? Fantastic knight on c4. Okay, so I'm going. Let's see, maybe I can trade bishop against knight. That would be aesthetically fantastic. Didn't work. Okay. Okay, so I get it in. Yeah, one problem with this ending is that I'm two minutes up, and the position is also extremely nice. Yeah, it's no a mating idea. Okay, I'm going to play it for a technical win, not something fancy trying to checkmate him. The key is I need the king over on the queen side, then. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I'm trying for mate still. It's too tempting. Yeah, I've got a good amount of time left. That's nice. I should have played rook h1 earlier. That's a very funny bishop. There's absolutely no squares. basically play this like being a piece up. Yeah, okay, the main thing was that a2 pawn was blundered, and after that black's position became very strong. Also with bishop d5, I got to trade off his strongest piece there on g2, yeah, the big Fianchetto bishop. So, do we have Kasparov fan? Haven't played him before, so let's play Kasparov fan. It's black for me. And let's see. Yeah, colors don't really seem all that random. The dreaded exchange variation. Not that it is so particularly great, it just tends to be very boring. Maybe not this one. I get good control now over, over the central squares. And I will castle long here, maybe. Yeah, g5 h5 is now the thing. Let's get it going. He has played h3, that shouldn't be forgotten. With this kind of move, those attacks tend to be a lot stronger, giving direct anchor points to knight d4. Yeah, why not? The knight is hanging. I expect him to go back. I expected him to go back to c3. What is he doing now? b3. That looks okay. This will be messy, of course, but I cannot ignore the knight. Yeah, do I recapture? Maybe I recapture, right? Still has no square. Yeah, here I think I rather take the knight on d4. Now my structure is safe. Sound, yeah, sound. Yeah, this is a full piece. No compensation. White is simply lacking attacking pieces. He has no minor piece left that could irritate me. In the exchange variation, white usually should try to get some quite quick d4 in to open up the position for this typical 4 against 3 on the king side. This is d3. I don't like at all. Okay, so I can get queen straight, it would be cool. He probably just goes back to f3. Almost. Yeah, bishop g3 is a not too subtle threat. Let's activate it. Yeah, what to do here? I can take it actually. I don't need to do anything fancy. This seems nice. Check. Yeah, I'd like to double on the E file now and ultimately rook e2 check. Rook e2 check. It's a pretty awful threat. Yeah, not much that Kasparov fan can do now. Can I actually jump back already here, like to a certain position? Yeah, I think that white should mostly play for a relatively quick d4 here. Not right now, but the next couple of moves. The way it went, I think I had lots of time to organize my position, and then there is little danger for black. Yeah, rook e4 is the only move, and then I take with this. Not rook 8 e4, there's queen f8 checkmate, so... Yeah, okay, Kasparov fan resigned. As I said, in this opening, you should try to play a relatively quick d4. Here it is somewhat toothless, but after castles, d4 looks looks quite good. So, anybody else there? All those I've played. Yeah. Hawk Slayers. Didn't play Hawk Slayers before. So let's see what they do. There was request for a tromp. I can try. Okay, no tromp. No tromp for you. Okay, so let's see if I can attack here just straight away. Wow. That looks very weakening. I also could have played h6. Yeah, okay, we'll see. Attacking f5 also cannot be all that bad because I don't see how he covers it. So. Okay, so I'm preventing d5 by black. What a strange position. Yeah, white is very likely in good shape, but it's still not at all easy. I guess to take b2. Otherwise you just have a bad position with no material. Somehow it feels like he doesn't want to take. Yeah, okay. I don't blunder the rook. My knight should come to f5. This is the thing. That's the absolutely best square, the whole board. Yeah, and the queen is not really having very good destinations. Okay, d6 is possible. Okay. I was thinking to take and then, but taking and then d7, but it's not like I'm promoting. I'm promoting all that quickly. Okay, I'm going to win some material. So you're thinking there should be some checkmate, or but sometimes you don't find it, and then just try to grab some material. King to f7, this queen c4 mate. So king h8 is the only move, and then I can check again here. Ready to take the rook and potentially promote the d-pawn as well. Okay, so just take it. Yeah, okay, if I take, check queen g6. Not completely convincing. Let's go there first. Okay, so here e3 hangs. Yeah, it's just a check. Yeah, who would guess that a position with f6 and g5 could start from a Dutch defense? It's actually not such a wild guess, because in the Dutch defense you get wacky positions quite often, and this is definitely one of those. Okay, rook f7 should win. Queen takes. I'm promoting for winning the house. Yeah. Yeah, here's a spy check. Yeah, d8 queens. He cannot prevent, I think. Yeah, good game by Hawk Slayers, but yeah, it's the Dutch defense. Sometimes tricky. I try, if I have a 3-minute challenge in, I'm going to go for that. I don't want to play a longer game. We are already above the time, but a quick little 3-minute game is possible. So VI Painus. VI Panos. Painus sounds kind of weird. Okay. Move. It was the only 3-minute challenge that I have currently. Mostly I have 5, which is according to what I requested to have. No. Looks like VI Panos is not around. Okay, so I'm going to... Do we have some other guy, 3-minute, that I have not played yet? Yeah, here, Car 45 POV. It's also a new opponent. It's 5 minutes, but I only had 5-minute challenges. The only 3-minute challenge was from a guy I had played before. Yeah, I'm currently experimenting with the Benko Gambit and some Benoni style positions here, so we'll see what happens against Karpov. Here the Benko is not all that great. Yeah, looks like a Benoni. I'm delaying the e takes d5 move, yes. It's interesting way of playing. White sometimes struggles a little bit to make moves. He has to kind of anticipate that black will take, but he has not taken yet. So for example, knight c4 is not possible at all. So Karpov, f4, e5 looks loose. So that doesn't really feel very dangerous. Okay, preparing b5 here. It's not exactly my kind of position. I really have to be honest there. I have played this even in tournament chess some years ago, but it was yeah, it's not something that I know well. Yeah, here I was just thinking, okay, how does he cover e5? But he probably will get some kind of compensation going. It's all important that I can win the pawn, otherwise I'm probably getting killed. Yeah, my bishop and knight are on the pawn, so he cannot just cover it mechanically. Maybe he can do something with knight e4 and potentially bishop to g5. Yeah, some knight e5, sorry, knight e4, knight e5, bishop g5, maybe trying to get compensation that way. If I just win the pawns there, the game is essentially over, so he has to do something drastic. I don't see anything though. Yeah, f6, I basically have to... A bit ugly. Maybe bishop f4. Nah, but I can take f3, play e5. Just for the tempo. Okay, f6 is weak. He double attacked f6 and c5. This show is going to end in a couple of minutes right after this game is finished. I'm on since 8 p.m. Central European time for almost for a little bit more than 100 minutes now. Yeah, this looks nice. Good center and a fantastic g7 bishop. However, this pawn is kind of nice to have as well. Bishop d4, I have got queen d6. It would be, I wanted to say helpful. Yeah, queen trades. Looks like an excellent ending, so I'm happy to trade queens. This knight a4 business could be no. Yeah, knight a4, that was, oops. It's a bit of a shame here. Okay. Let's see if I can get kick the knight back. Yeah, that looks good. I has got this check. No, I can go back to e6. Okay, so g4. What's the deal? g4. I probably have to take that. Hey, good defense here by Karpov. Yeah, so if I go rook b8, but okay, have to do something. Yeah, I don't know if I can ever move my king if I go there. Yeah, still I have to. Is that dangerous? Probably. But my g-pawn is now pretty bad as well. Yeah, I think I'm winning at the end, but tough game. Good defense here by K45 Pov. Okay, guys, it was a little bit longer show than originally planned. I think the broadcast quality was generally okay, at least for the picture. People complained about the sound. I will look into that, even though, as I mentioned more than once, I didn't recognize a problem there today, and I didn't change anything in the setup. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the show. I'll be back next week, same time, very likely in the middle of the Olympiad. I will see, maybe due to the Olympiad we have some changes. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay, thanks for watching. Next week I'll be back.